Today's event was all about how to use the tools and practices of collective intelligence and cybernetics to help solve some of the largest and complex problems that we face as a society. And it was a very lively, intense and very, very practical conversation.
These kind of events, supported by the Ramsay Foundation, ANU and others, are really fantastic opportunities for cross-disciplinary experts and stakeholders to have really interesting and reflective discussions on what we need to do and work on around the future of technology.
So today's event was really interesting because a lot of what I do is trying to mobilise research knowledge and connect it to people from lots and lots of different perspectives and lots of different organisations. So the challenge of trying to go further as a collective is something that I face every day. I think it raised really critical questions about how we address complex challenges in the world and how we create moments of discomfort and insight in groups to allow us to reflect and advance on some of these really big challenges.
The great insight of the founders of cybernetics 60, 70 years ago was to think of systems as combinations of technology and machine intelligence, but also human and collective intelligence. But I think we've often forgotten that. There's been huge investment in the last 30 or 40 years in new hardware, in AI, in computer systems, but often without enough attention to the human dimension. For example, the effects the internet would have on childhood or on democracy or on truth. And the risk is we'll repeat that mistake in the next 10 or 20 years with AI, quantum computing, and I hope we get back to that core insight of cybernetics, that in designing systems which will really serve us, help us to thrive in health or education or politics, we need to think in a dual way about both artificial intelligence and human collective intelligence, how they can support each other, reinforce each other, help us get to wise solutions, not just smart ones.
I'm Melanie McKenzie, Senior Director of the Strengthening Democracy Task Force at the Department of Home Affairs. I think there are great opportunities to apply cybernetics and collective intelligence across the challenge that we are working at in Home Affairs to look at Australia's democracy and how we can strengthen what is already an amazing system with great benefits to a lot of Australia's population.
Had amazing discussions at the tables. There were insights that came up about disruption and multidisciplinary working and how we create space for people to work collaboratively together. Those conversations are really important. They're the kinds of things that bring us together and help us chart new territories rather than doing the same things that we always have. Distinguished Professor Genevieve Bell spoke about the early days of cybernetics and about how multiple people with different voices and different disciplines came together in a room and that those conversations were so powerful. What I learned today was how we might imagine doing that again in today's environment, and that's something that I think will be an amazing contribution that the ANU School of Cybernetics will bring.